Hello, I'm Mickey Stevens with Chemprene, and today what we want to do is we want to show you the proper splicing technique for the Chemprene zip link belting. Basically what we have here is a piece of belting that we want to show you how to put together and make endless. What we've got to do is once we measure the belt length that we're actually looking for, we want to score the back of the belt as to where we need to cut this belt or take it apart, splice it together. The tools we'll need today is a pair of needle nose pliers, an O-ring pick, and a knife, and of course some lubricant that we'll use to help pull the pin out, put the pin back in. The lubricant can be a water-based kitchen cleaner that basically just works to ease the pin in and out. What we want to do once we've measured our belt, we determine where it's at. Because this belt has a little overflow on the back of it, it has what we call a skim on it. We want to remove the skim so our lubricant can penetrate into the pin, so it will give us ease of pulling it out. Once we measure it, we want to score the back of the belt very gently. We don't want to do this too hard because we don't want to actually damage the belt. We just want to be able to put some lubricant on it. We'll take our lubricant, take our finger and just rub it in a little bit so we get good penetration. Once we've done this, then we want to take our pick. We want to go for about 1/4 of an inch to 3/8 of an inch from the edge of the belt. We want to go down between the spirals on one side, go right up under the pin. When our point of our pick comes out, we need to roll it back to the inside of the belt and use the belt as leverage to pop the end of the pin out. Once we've done that, the lubricant has had time to soak, remove some of the excess, grab the pin with our needle nose and pull gently. You don't want to pull real hard, you don't want to pull fast. You'll notice the pin starts to elongate, it will start to slide, and you can pull it right out of the belt. Once we've done this, we take the belt very gently, we back bend it, separating the spirals. As you can see, they'll separate very easily all the way down where we pull the pin out. Once we've done this, we'll take our knife, cut between the spirals, cutting the cover all the way down. This is preparing the end all the way through. Once we've done this, we remove the excess piece. This is the edge of our belt, finished and ready to go back together. Then we come to the other side. We have to prepare this end as well. If we notice the spirals run in opposite directions, they make a V either in the up direction or the down direction. When we're preparing this end, we need to make sure that these spirals, either in the up direction or down direction, match up with where we're going here. So it's easy to lay the edge of the belt over on top of this one, and we look at the spirals to determine where we need to cut the belt. After we've determined it, we basically do the same thing again. And once again, we have a prepared edge. Basically what we've got to do now is we have to get the belt back over so the cover side is facing up, because we want to splice it with the bottom actually on the table. It's a lot easier in putting it together if we have a flat surface to work on. So what we're going to do is we're going to take just a piece of plywood, any type of wood or any type of flat surface, and take the two ends. What we want to do now is we want to carefully overlap one end right on the other. We want to make sure they're overlapped on top of each other just a little bit. When we take our O-ring pick, gently pushing the spirals together, being sure that we keep the cover material between the pick and the spiral so as not to damage the spirals. Once we get it 6 to 8 inches, 10 inches up the edge of the belt, then we want to take our pin and we furnish a steel leader, which makes it easy to push in, along with the pin attached to it. We take it, put it right back in the hole of the spirals, feed it up to where we've stopped. Then we can take our pick and continue moving on. This keeps any chance of the belt coming back unzipped. As we work our way on up, the biggest thing here is to be very patient. The wider belts, the longer it's going to take. But we want to be very patient in putting this back together, not to get in a hurry. Because if we get in a hurry, we run the chance of damaging the spirals. There it is, all the way through. Once we pulled it all the way through, let's remove our flat surface. Then we need to pull the pin through. It's easier when it gets to this point maybe to use your pliers. Pulling the pin. The pin will feed all the way through to the end. Before we get to the end, we take our needle nose, we cut just the edge of it off, and it puts a little flat spot on the pin. This will keep the pin from sliding through. Pull it all the way up nice and flush at the end. Take this end, cut it off nice and flush with our needle nose, and there we have it. As you can see, the splice area is totally seamless now, and it has the same strength as the rest of the belt.